Obviously, very disappointed about the outcome, but probably more disappointed in the way it happened. Even though this game came down to one play at the goal line, and we've had those around here quite a bit in the stadium, the play we didn't make. But we didn't win the week before on a play on the last possession, turned the ball over, beat ourselves at Kentucky 3 weeks ago. So there's been a building frustration to actually play good enough, no matter what the circumstances is, to win, because that's the bottom line. But circumstances of being ahead by 24 points with 7 minutes and some seconds left to play creates a dynamic for understanding that's a little hard to understand, to be honest with you. But they are 9 plays. Actually, there were 2 series before the half, one in which we turned the ball over going into the end zone, and they come back down the field and score. We had 4 plays there that were not what they should have been, and that was a 14-point turnaround. So getting 7, we give up 7, and then we have points scored on us, 28 points scored on us, unanswered points that were the result of turnovers, kicking game breakdown, lack of pressure on the quarterback, and the inability to make a critical first down to hold the, to take control of the game when we did get the ball kicked to us. So all these have been evaluated. There's no one thing. If you want to call it a perfect storm, it was a perfect storm. I've quite honestly never quite seen anything like it. But it's also something that doesn't need to be analyzed any further than it has to be explained, because it doesn't lend to the state of mind that we need to be in right now as a football team. We are playing Southeast Missouri, who won the league last year, at their place, and we've got to prepare ourselves to play the best football we can play. Which we've had 2 alternating games here recently. We've had an offensive game that I think we're pretty proud of, and quite honestly, I think we've played mostly in these last 2 games defensively in the way that we'd be proud of. But not much consistency. And when I, talk about inconsistency, and I talk about newcomers that we've been integrating into this program, even as our expectations grow in this program, also our expectations of ourselves. And it's pretty clear around here. You go to practice, no matter whether you own scholarship, not on scholarship, and you have some guys sitting up here that walk through the door not on scholarship or as little as $1,000 worth, it doesn't matter who you are, we're going to put you in a game and we're going to give you a chance to play. The 3 guys that's sitting up here with me right now are starters. They're all freshmen. These 3 guys have ended up being the recipients of the 3 seniors we had graduating last year of their positions. And they worked themselves up a depth chart. Sometimes injury was involved. But I think I have said newcomer, and there's probably been, some idea of, okay, who is that? But it's 23 sophomores and freshmen, maybe more than that. If I look a little deeper, they played in that game Saturday, and I do think that part of the perfect storm was that maybe at some point in time we sort of lost the direction that we needed to play consistently. But over the course of the body of work, if you want to call it that, these guys have made their mistakes, but they have become, they're not newcomers any longer. And what we've got to do is make sure that our upper class of seniors and these guys bond to a unit that we can go out and win these next 2 football games. We are capable of winning them. I don't think anybody would argue with that, but I think people have to realize too, when you play with inside your own conference, there's a balancing effect, and you end up in a lot of games that are 1-score games. We started off the season against UT Martin with 1, and I think that you've got to understand the sheer competitiveness of playing in a league. And these guys have had to grow up under this, under the challenge of this. These guys, I am very proud. That's the reason I brought them in here. We could have brought in some outstanding upperclassmen, but just to define the sort of youth movement we get. Did you start this year thinking you were going to be the starter?
No, sir.
Did you start this year thinking you were even going to play?
No, sir.
We sort of started on Max in the spring saying you better be ready, buddy. But you thought you were going to be playing between a bunch of experienced guys, and he's got a Cody at quarterback and a lot of elements, and we have grown through every bit of it, I think. So these guys are going to be around for a while, and they're not just guys taking up a place till the next guy comes along. These are really quality students, character, football-wise. I wanted them to be here to maybe share their experience about what it's like to come in with high expectations and play with a group of seniors that didn't know whether they trusted you sometimes or not. Would you say that'd be the case, Target? I keep telling Target, I said, Target, I know it's in you. I know your daddy. You heard that before. Your dad play college football?
Yes, sir.
That's what I hope I had that right. Who did he play for?
Kansas State and Cincinnati.
Kansas State and Cincinnati. This one's dad played for Coach Bryant. Did your granddad play at Alabama A&M?
A little bit. Tried.
So you got some heritage here, okay? Some guys that it's a, this is some guys that can, some guys that got some football in them. Their best football is going to happen this week and next week, because we're still playing for our own set of goals, whether we convince anybody else of them. But we don't have to convince anybody else of them. We have our own goals, and that's where we're going. We can open it up. All these guys can talk good English. They can talk for themselves.
Well, I'll start with the players, and we can go down the road, and then we'll come back to you.
All right.
Coach, all 3 of you guys, I know you're young guys, can you just address the individual challenge that all 3 of you guys are facing to recover from such the body blow that y'all took from Saturday, the emotional blow? What do you see that you guys individually, how will you recover from that?
Sorry, you start.
Well, recovering, I'm just moving on to the next game. I mean, we still have a great chance to go to the playoffs, still win the OVC. I mean, take it one game at a time. It was a bad loss. I mean, there was mistakes made, but it's time to move on. I believe, this kind of sport, you gotta have short-term memory. We gotta move on. Learn from your mistakes and move on. Still, it's possible we get into the playoffs. That's what we're striving for right now. So we just went out, taking one game at a time.
I pretty much forgot about it. I'm on to the next game against SEMO. We just gotta pull together as a team and finish the season strong. Finish how we want to finish. Win these next 2 games. We still got a shot at doing everything we've wanted to do this year. So we just gotta rally together and finish.
Is this what y'all, or how surprising, or how do you think this has turned out from the time when you all got here? And it goes into starting to play and just the way the season has gone and the way the record's gone around. Is it, I don't want to say as you expected, because everybody expects to win everything they play, but how have you held on emotionally through the up and downs all year long and in playing? Go ahead, guys. All 3 of you.
Well, I mean, I expect us to win all these games, and I still expect us to win the championship and do all the things that we said we're going to do at the beginning. And it's just different ways we're going to have to do it, different challenges that's going to happen. And I still have all confidence in our team that we're going to do what we said to at first. Yeah, we all came in expecting. I expected, and as a team, we all expected to win all the games, come undefeated. But it comes with challenges. There's a new challenge every week, and we still have high hopes for our season. Nobody, I don't believe anybody on this team believes that our season is over. Not by a long shot.
I think with everything that's happened this year, I think it's been a good season. We just didn't expect to lose this many games, but I expected to win a majority of them, not lose as many as we have. But still, the season isn't over. We still got games to play. Still a lot that can happen, and we can still meet our goals that we set out at the beginning of the year.